This is Emory. Hope you'll enjoy these clips and then we'll stay tuned for a full-length presentation. The client's theme was a casual cruise and the topics were leadership, change, and customer service. I'd love to design a presentation for you. Give us a call and let's talk about it. My childhood was extremely annoying. My parents were 20 years older than all of my friends' parents. Obviously, a totally disgusting situation. And we couldn't afford a television. And so we had to do things like sing songs and write plays and read books and take walks. And every night we had to sit around the dinner table, all of us together. My friends were lucky. They got to watch television all the time. And then in the summer, before I entered the 7th grade, like a Carolina pine, I shot right up to the height I am today, and I hated it. I hated it because I figured that nobody would ever marry me. They wouldn't dance with me, so I figured they probably wouldn't marry me either. I didn't like one thing about my height, but that wasn't all. As we say in the South, I did not pube very early. And my problem with my lack of shape was exacerbated by the fact that Mattel had just invented the Barbie doll. The classic, original Barbie doll. And I can remember looking at this delicate, feminine, early pubing creature and praying, "Oh, Lord, just let me grow up and look like Barbie." And I grew up looking a whole lot more like Ken. I did not like might, and I not like might, but that was all. His name was Emory. Who ever heard of a girl named Emory? A university maybe, a freight line maybe, but not a girl. And I looked all around me at these delicate, early pubing feminine creatures who had everything that I wanted and nothing that I would ever have. They had the clothes and the heights and the shapes and the boyfriends and the names. Names I was surrounded with, like Gwendolyn and Michelle and Patricia and Evelyn and Sarah and Holly and Molly and Dolly and Polly. I want to see your hand. If you're sitting in this room this morning and your name is Lisa, would you please put it in the air? That's the name I wanted. I would have given anything to have been named Lisa, the prettiest name I had ever heard. It just sort of dances through the mind, doesn't it? But my name wasn't Lisa. It was Emory. And when I was a senior in high school, I got a draft notice. It was not funny. And I can remember standing there with that draft notice in my hand, glaring at my parents and thinking maybe they couldn't do anything about the combination of genes and chromosomes that was going to keep me single forever, because I grew up in the era in which success for women was measured pretty much by whether or not they were more or less permanently attached to a male individual. And I figured that would never be my lot in life, and there was a draft notice, one more bit of proof that nothing I had fit, nothing that I had was ever going to work for me. I might as well close up the scrapbooks and the lockboxes and the treasures and all the rest of it, condemned by the RNA and the DNA over which I had no control. I didn't like anything about myself when I was a child, and I believed that it would keep me forever from blending in or fitting in anywhere. Have any of you ever felt that way? Isn't life ironic? There is absolutely no way today that I would change my parents' age, my family life, our lack of television, my height, or any of those other things, my fabulous name that my family gave me, or anything else in the world, because life and experience and the legacy that I was given have taught me that whatever it is that you have that's different is the same thing that contains your power. And I almost missed it. The things about you that make you a little uncomfortable contain treasures that are worth exploring. And for heaven's sake, and I say that literally, every child in your life, you go right back from this workshop and you tell them that they're absolutely okay with the gifts that they have, and maybe if we could do a better job of that, our teenagers wouldn't also need to escape into the sneakers with the right logo or the jackets that they are killing for, and would instead look in the mirror and see their rarity and their gifts and their treasures and their legacy, and all of it starts right where you are. When